Stephen.
All right, folks, we are live. Mike and the Minifans from the Big House, Laconia, New Hampshire. Thank you for joining us. It's a big weekend here for the Minifans. Obviously, thank you to the Big House staff for hosting us. They do have food. Let's start there. They do have food if you'd like to order that. We will get to that controversy later on. We're joined by himself, Michael Geary, the godfather of Mike and the Minifans. Give it up.
I want to say they loudly have food. It is advertised everywhere. They're proud of how much food they have here.
You can't see Mike.
We also have Dave Cullinane joining us. Dave, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
A little nervous this weekend?
Yeah, big weekend. Big
Yeah.
weekend.
You
Yeah,
have a little a rough history here with these live shows, right?
That's not true. That's
Okay,
not true. I think it's is it 3 for 4? Or
Something like that,
whatever.
right?
Yeah.
75%.
Yeah.
That's what you aim for.
And of course, the star of the pre-show, Miss Julie, is here. Julie, what do you have to say to
Incorrect.
yourself? I mean, you were going over, people have talked about this playlist you put together. What has happened? And tell us what's going on.
Okay, the star is really exaggerating. Last night I was just thinking we didn't have anything pre this program, so I thought, what could we do for music? And I came up with the idea of doing all songs that were then became parody songs.
Right.
Just to like set the mood and like little.
Oh, it set the
leave a
mood
little-
already.
It's
This is like VH1.
You know, like get people singing the parody songs in their mind and set the ambiance.
If I may explain how it was portrayed to me.
Thank you, Mike.
I walked in and a song was playing, and Julie kind of takes me aside and says, "Can I tell you a secret?" And I said, "I guess." And she said, "There's a secret messaging in these songs."
No, not a.
And I listened, and the song that was playing was Total Eclipse of the Heart. And I was like, is she trying to fuck? What's going on? And then by the third song, which everyone had this exact experience, like you listen to 2 songs, and then you hear the third, and you're like, oh, these are the songs.
Right.
I don't know why they didn't just play the parody songs, but I know what these are. So it wasn't quite as magical for the rest of us. But
You know, there was some buzz.
I'm kidding. People love it.
The Julie Mike pregame banter was to be there for. I'll tell you that. It is like an Always Sunny episode is how I describe it. That's what we're in for right
Julie, for some reason, has like she has no idea that her voice just travels fucking miles. So she's having a conversation with it.
Don't tell anyone this.
Well, it was a secret playlist, Mike. It was for people to discover.
And people did. People figured it out. Believe it or not.
Any predictions for the night? I know these Fridays before the live show, they get a little rowdy. Do we have anybody in the crowd we think is going to get a little sloppy? The favorite in the gambling world has been Mike Montante, but I don't know if you gentlemen have anybody in your mind?
I think it's going to be the crowd. It's going to be all of them.
All of them, okay.
They're animals.
How is it? So you went to that Airbnb? You were already at the house?
The Clout Mansion, yes.
Yeah.
I am there, staying there. It is bachelor party vibes, a fridge full of beer,
Yep.
and just a lot going on there. Gambling on random soccer games, screaming. It was a great vibe.
So Montante, Daver, John and Warren's friend?
John and Warren's friend. And
How's the friend?
he's a KMS guy.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
All right, good.
they're all KMS. It's a bunch of Minifans.
Gotcha.
Exactly what you'd expect. So
Okay.
Right.
I thought I was going to be in the hotel alone. I would much rather prefer this, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Ask me that tomorrow. We'll see. But
Can I tell you to answer your question of are people going to get hammered here? I think they all will, except for the fact that there's just the quantity of food will soak up all the alcohol. They should call this the food house. Justin told me, I've never seen this before. There's a sign outside that says, wings year round, as if to say, if you think there's even one day we're not serving food, you're goddamn wrong.
All right, that was a debacle.
so what did happen with the food, Julie?
Okay, well,
Why don't you explain this? Because there was a little confusion on the show earlier.
yeah. So this morning I was just like, I'm really into this being a good event, and I care so much about everybody.
And you're doing a
having
great job.
Good time.
You've been doing a great job. Put together a great playlist.
Please don't
Yes.
clap.
Yep.
I came here in December, and I was like looking for a place. I don't know this area super well, and I just wanted to find some place cool for everybody to hang out. And I was here, and at the time it was pretty empty. It was a couple days after Christmas, and people were eating food that looked like takeout from another place. It didn't occur to me till this morning when I'm going through my panic checklist to make sure everything's good. And I was like, oh, I should mention that you bring your own food, which is not exactly true. There's a bar next door where you can get food. You can order right here at this
Right,
bar.
they got
Everyone,
everything.
please do so.
Plenty of options.
I panicked, and I didn't realize it was the thing until Justin was like, how long have you known this? And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, this is
Do you have
gonna be
flashes of
bad.
Sacco,
I'm
29K?
spiraling. I'm like, oh, no, let me fix this. Everything's going to be great, I promise.
The guy who showed up with a tray of chicken parm was pretty disappointed. But other than that, no harm, no foul.
I mean, it's cold enough outside. That'll keep in the car, so.
Dave, big day tomorrow with the rival who we talked to on the show today, Dan and Newton.
Right.
Where are we at with that? Have you seen him tonight at all?
I haven't. I don't know if he's coming tonight. We don't text. We don't talk. I don't plan to.
Correspond?
I don't plan to text or talk anytime in the future with him. And tomorrow is no exception.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, is there real hate there? I'll just ask you that.
Yeah, there's real hate. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't seem like a hateful guy, so this is
This
is
is
normal.
This is probably the first time in a long time I've had like pure hate for somebody.
Well, it seemed like it spoiled over today on the main show when you and Kirk kind of had a little spat there. I'm listening on the way up, and I'm like, fellas, it's Laconia weekend. Why is everybody yelling at each other? There's a
It's
10-minute
it's
back
a
and
stressful
forth.
week. It's
What
a
is
stressful
going on
week.
right
It's
now?
a stressful week.
Yeah, my goodness. You're going at the boss there.
Those are tough spots for me. I can't explain myself that well, so I think I don't think I came off too well in that conversation. But either way, it was fine. I don't know.
We would be terrible people if we didn't give a shout out to our guy, Ted Sarandis, obviously.
Yep.
James Morrison, no longer with us. A huge fan of the network. Please, if you're going to clap for anything, clap for him. Ted probably would have been here tonight, so always a big fan of everything. Always supporting everybody, too. So we miss Ted tonight, of course.
Yes.
Now, watch this transition. Montante and Dave were gambling earlier, and I got to witness that.
Those guys are alive. somehow.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, you've never seen anything until you've seen Mike Montante gambling on Sutherland Soccer, thinking it was a handball. I'm not going to sure I'm not sure I'm going to make it tonight. I'm really
He didn't know
not.
what sport he was gambling on?
No, of course he did.
Oh,
No,
okay,
no,
all
no,
right,
no.
all right.
It's just a bunch. There's a lot going on in that room tonight, and I'm saying it's good now, but ask me in a few hours. I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
What
it's an
else?
interesting dynamic. Coleman's not staying with you guys, but he drove you up?
Coleman drove me up. It was me and him. He picked me up in Harvard Square after the show. I guess they did some taping afterwards, Dave. You guys,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
So it was a little bit later than I expected, but the Coleman Mick dynamic on the way up was what you would expect. A lot of Justin talk. A lot of can you
Ooh.
believe that? Yeah, Coleman to this day he stands by that. It wasn't that big of a deal that he was a little late for the amusement park.
Does he bring negative Justin talk out of you? Because it seems like you've kind of moved past that, but does Coleman get you back into it?
He started bringing up the stuff. He goes, yeah, that's why I took your side on this on
Wow.
the North
no.
Dakota stuff. And I was like, hey, you're bringing up skeletons here, Coleman. It's not good. But,
Interesting.
yeah.
Justin explained to me what Coleman does on the ride up, the card
Yeah.
pack thing. I think I was closer to guessing correctly before it was explained. Like, I have no idea. I don't understand it. He's like an auctioneer for baseball cards?
Yeah,
It's very
essentially.
confusing.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a company that partners with like Fanatics, and they do a bunch of streaming and stuff. I honestly, he told me 3 times on the way, Mike, and I don't know either. You could tell me tonight. He could tell me. It's not going to matter.
It's
I
a
think
lot
he's-
to understand.
Yeah, I don't really
It's a
know.
world I just don't get, I
It's not
guess.
for
But
me. Something that almost broke the Clout Mansion was Tim Smith's reporting. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Tim Smith, a prominent Minifan,
Yes.
was getting inside information from the Clout Mansion. We don't know who was feeding it to him, but the boys were accusing me. Coleman got accused. Everybody's getting accused. I don't know where it lands right now, but that could be the ultimate breaking point for the Clout Mansion.
what are we talking about? What is he reporting?
He's having inside he's got pictures of me and John and Warren playing ping pong. He's got pictures of the fridge. We don't know who's delivering it. We
I know who it is.
Who's
It's
that?
Montante.
Well, hey,
Come
Montante.
on. Montante's talking to everybody all the time.
I was getting a lot of the blame. Daver himself was blaming me. I don't know who it is. To be honest.
That's the only person you haven't named that's blaming other people is Montante.
That's true.
I think it's so clearly Montante.
How many drinks has Montante had to this point? How many?
Have we seen it? Is he here tonight?
He's over there. I can see him.
I'm going to guess 4.
I would take the over on that.
Yeah, I think so. Times 3.
Montante, can you join us, please?
Oh, Montante's coming up.
No, I'm down.
Mike Montante, Garden State Gambler.
Give it up for Julie, folks.
Please.
What a playlist. What an evening. What's happening back there?
There's a lot of commotion back there. Did we say something bad? Did I screw
Oh,
up?
no.
I'm the one person that Mick cannot kick off this panel because it's impossible for me to get down.
The 7-Eleven crew neck as well.
Kind of sucking my gut to get up here. That's embarrassing.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. It's you, by the way.
What's that?
You're the leak. It's not me.
See, it's not me. I have not fed Tim Smith any information. Everybody's yelling at me. I do
Tim
not
Smith
like this.
is like predicting stuff that happens 2 minutes later. I don't know who the leak is, but
He is very wise. I did his show. Maybe he just knows instinctively.
he's good. I like Tim Smith.
Yeah.
Montante, predictions for the weekend. Are you excited to be here? Obviously, are you going to be a little hammered tonight? What can we expect?
I think everyone's going to be. There was a guy who almost died at the last show. So if we can avoid that guy, that's
a good point.
I think his name's actually Mike, ironically.
Oh, yeah.
It is. He will be. Yep.
Is he
Died.
here tonight? Is he?
Died.
I don't know if he's coming tonight. He'd definitely be there tomorrow.
Okay.
That was not good. No. I'm talking about somebody else. At Gritty's, a man just.
Wait, there's a
face planted.
second guy that
There's been
almost
two
died?
people.
Wait, what?
There's been 2 people that should have been dead at these lives. The Mike and the Minifans.
Document the second one because we
And
know about one
you
of
were
them.
By the
very
way-
close to both of these.
Yeah,
individuals.
this is.
If I had quicker reactions, I could say both of them.
What a salesman for the Kirk Minahan show. Eh, people fucking die at these things.
Listen, if I'm nothing else, I'm honest. But no, I think it's going to be pretty. I think it's going to be the first live show in the Coleman era that's going to go flawlessly.
What are you talking about? The Wilbur was fine.
I forgot you
Portland
guys
one
hate
was
each other.
fine.
This is right. You guys.
I like
That's
I like
nonsense.
Coley.
That's
I like
nonsense.
Coley.
Yeah. I did text you personally today without you texting
That
me
was-
first.
that was
I
nice.
did. And I gave you a little tip.
That
Oh,
was
I
nice.
forgot about this beef.
Yeah,
no
right.
beef.
Yeah.
There's no beef, no beef.
I'm trying to look up Tim Smith's Twitter, and I'm not
He's
finding
T
it.
Smith like 8186.
That's that. He got that quick.
Yeah,
That
well,
seems like you
I'm
guys
not-
are
it's-
corresponding.
I don't
so
care. I don't care.
clearly
I don't care
Montante.
whatsoever. It's not blind Mike. I swear on my life. I swear. Well, put it this way: the first clue that we had a rat in the house was that I was wearing a soccer jersey 5 times too small. I would not say that about myself. I know it's true, and I'm self-conscious about it. I would not tell somebody else that.
It was a couple of tough visuals when you stood up to cheer, but
Listen, my team
best-
won. I
best
won a
way.
shit ton of money today. That's fine.
boy.
Yeah, I'm fat. So what?
Congratulations.
Sue me. Thank you.
What's the vibe going to be tomorrow? You guys going to this cornhole?
Oh, no shot.
Montante's been just poo-pooing it the whole time. killing
Cornhole sucks. Cornhole stinks. If I was in prison and that was like the activity, like, hey, you can go play cornhole for an hour, stay in your cell, I'd say, leave me locked in. Cornhole's terrible. People pretend that it's fun. It sucks.
What if you could gamble on it out in the
You
yard?
can gamble
Now
on
we're talking.
anything.
A few
None.
cigarettes?
No
you know?
chance.
So what's your plan tomorrow during the day?
Probably you're gonna be shocked by this. Gamble, drink, and watch soccer.
Sounds about right. Yeah, why did I even ask?
Yeah, life continues to roll on, whether I'm here and at home in Seabright. Things stay the same.
We're going to the generic portion of my rundown here. Do you gentlemen have a favorite live show that you've been to? My live show moment.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that got here quick. You're about 20 minutes ahead of schedule on that one. Good lordy. Holy shit.
For me, I guess the first Wilbur one was really cool because I go there all the time. So like to be on that stage was really cool.
All right. Mike,
You couldn't hear anything, but you definitely.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything.
That was
I have a
tough.
least favorite. I don't know if you can guess that one.
probably, yeah, I think we can. Mike, do you prefer the theater shows or like the Sacco, smaller shows?
The theater shows are cool. Like they seem like a more unique, fun experience. But I like being on the Sacco ones better because I'm actually contributing. Like I'm actually talking on the mic. Whereas like I was telling Cullinane earlier, that first Wilbur show, like it was the first show I did since I had been back every week, and Kirk turned to me, and well, like, when he was talking, I was like, I can't hear anything. And then I guess he turned to me at one point, and I was like, fuck.
Right.
And I didn't know if I was gonna get like lambasted, but I was like, I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a tough spot.
And we haven't figured that out. So Cullinane says tomorrow I might
is
be able
this-
to
Yeah, we're
hear
hopeful. We're
things.
hopeful. I feel like
That's
there's
very
whenever
exciting.
we ask this question, I feel like there's a lot of recency bias. I
Right.
could be wrong. I thought Portland won, like people were just fucking hammered, drunk, and loud as shit. But it didn't like overtake it in a bad way.
Was that the one with 2 shows?
No, that was a Wilbur.
No, it was just
yeah. There was Portland won. I don't know. I just felt like that crowd was like crazy loud in a good way. I don't know.
What about for you, Dave? Obviously, more preparation in the big theater shows. What do you enjoy more being a part of? Like the Sacco, kind of small. I feel like it's just a different vibe.
They're
with
both
those,
so
like,
different.
Small, like,
They're both so different. I like both of them, but
Yeah.
they're both just different styles of show. Because Sacco kind of feels more like a regular show when you do it. So it's tough to compare the two. But I love the theater shows too.
who is more nervous between you and Justin for this event?
We're both pretty good, but Justin, like when something starts to go wrong, Justin like mentally
He wears it
brain-
on his
yeah,
sleeve.
Yeah, like today when the Julie thing happened, you knew
Right.
like his brain was.
That was
moving
not
away.
the story from today.
What was?
I'm glad to see you picked yourself back up.
We already talked about this.
Yeah, but did you? Well, I didn't.
I can't explain myself
I
well, I
speak-
guess. I just, my only point was that and I'm saying it for the 50th fucking time, was that last week he just like kind of made it seem like nobody would ever hear about what happened on the show in my world.
I speak
feel
good
bad
enough.
for doing this.
I speak good enough Cullinan that I think I can translate this.
Please
help.
For some reason, you attacked him. Like you came at Kirk like this is your fucking fault.
That was
when
pent up.
When in reality,
pent up.
a lot there.
in reality, all
I
you were
didn't
all you were
fault him.
saying was, hey, just so you know, like. This audience is pretty big, so I get concerned that this stuff gets back to my family. It was a pretty simple argument,
Yeah, it
but I
was a
think if
simple
you
argument.
said it that way, you would.
I have a problem with that sometimes,
You,
it's like-
you fucking know what, buddy? You were verbally poking him in the chest.
Well, I was getting poked back a little bit, all right? So I don't know. Maybe I
end of-
spiral. I have no idea.
I'm trying to pigeonhole into your gay joke, but I'm not going to do it because I can't think of one.
Oh, you're a classy guy.
I'm not saying
classy.
The jokester.
At the end of the day, it's not the end. By the way, Dan from Newton's kind of getting railroaded on this, but that's a whole different story.
Oh, please
How so?
explain. Yeah, please explain.
He's not.
Unbelievable.
He's
How
not.
so?
He's the one that's going to take the credit or the blame for this. But there's somebody else out there. I explained his description earlier, which I won't repeat here. There was a Latino Minifan, we'll say, that was the original one who cracked the case.
Oh, a while. Somebody tagged me in one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
But that person didn't call the show.
Well, yeah, they didn't
over
call
and
it
over
35
again
times,
say-
and they kind of let it go by the wayside pretty quickly. But I think if I were him, I would not show up tomorrow. Just show up to the show,
You
enjoy,
said
and go
that.
home.
No, he could show up. And
I
have
felt
a,
a
good
lot
time.
better
But it's going to
about.
be awkward. Like, why would you want to be a part of that?
Well, as his liaison tomorrow, I assume I'm really the only one
Oh, yeah,
interacting
it's
with
just
him.
you.
Yeah, Julie's pissed about that you said that on the show today because Julie will be there with you, she thinks.
Julie takes everything very serious. I
Oh, you
don't
think?
remember saying her name, and she came up to me and goes, "You said my name with derision." That's the word. She kept repeating that
Was
word.
that the
to
exact
me.
word?
Derision.
Wow.
Derision.
If
And
you
I
said
was
that to me, I'd be.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. but I felt better when Dan and Newton called because I was like, oh, okay, so he's not just an asshole.
Right.
Like he has some self-awareness.
Of course, and I think he started to realize the crowd's turning on him too. Like
Yeah.
there's having fun being an asshole, but he took it to a different level.
Would you
of
say
course.
that was probably your best moment since you've been back recently? That the way you handled that one phone call last week,
My best moment.
outside
outside
of the verbal slip up where you said you swapped two words by accident, you came back and corrected it.
that was your brain short circuited there. It
What was that one?
You said like I forget what you said, but you immediately were like, I'm sorry. It's not what I meant.
You,
it was nothing crazy.
You just flubbed a sentence
Yeah.
and then
It was like when you call a teacher mom. Like you didn't have to like go back and correct it.
It was
but,
like when
oh,
you said
gotcha.
when you were yelling at someone and you go fucking Michael Maserati.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't count. I don't know. Maybe the Menners fight too. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was network stuff too.
Yeah, fair.
As a fan, Montante, what do you enjoy more? These big productions with the crazy songs and everything like that, or are you more of like the small, tight knit type of show?
I've never been to a real true small one. Like I didn't go to the Hernandez thing. I don't know, something about the being out in the summer in Saco was the best. Also, the free food didn't hurt. Shout out Justin on that one. That was.
I was there. I was there as well.
So I like a good tailgate. Like as a Jet fan, you look forward to the tailgate
That's right.
and nothing else. So it was a good tailgate.
Which is why you would
atmosphere.
think you would just like to go to that cornhole thing tomorrow, like
Right.
just to hang out
Yeah,
with
but then
people
you-
and screw around.
No shot. Yeah. No
Why are
chance.
you so down?
Too
on
cool
it?
for
I'm
that.
getting,
I
getting a
hate-
lot
I
of too
hate-
cool
I-
vibes.
I don't like cornhole.
No, but why are you against being at the building?
I
You think everybody going there tomorrow is specifically only going
a
there
brewery.
because of the cornhole aspect?
I see where you're coming from here,
Yeah.
but I'm just anti
It's just a
cornhole.
hangout.
Don't overthink it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll be there in spirit.
Were you molested as a child? Cornhole is like a concept.
I'm like I'm starting to shake here. Let's change the subject, please.
Do we have Coleman here? Is Coleman in the audience anywhere? Can we get Coleman up here, please? Thank you, Montante.
Wow. The first time I've broadcast with Jack Coleman in many months.
That way.
Can't find his way up here. Much like myself. I can hear our
Yeah,
broadcast.
Justin's
behind
listening
us.
in the background.
There he is. There's Jack
Yeah.
Coleman. Producer extraordinaire himself. There he is, the
What's up,
peaky
buddy?
breaker. Coleman, how we doing?
Pretty good. It's tough to get a cab in this town. but,
Yeah. Tell us that, this is kind of your,
What, are you,
what a start
Are
there.
you a cat scales comedian?
What do you mean?
I didn't know what to say
was
there,
the-
Mike.
what was the line?
Tough to get a cab
What was the
here.
line you said today that you thought Mike would like?
Oh, even the actual big house gives you food.
Great.
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
Very, very funny.
That got no
I-
soul.
I
That's
appreciate
not.
it.
Yeah,
I would have liked it.
yeah, you did.
Thank you, Mikey.
Coleman, we weren't sure if you were going to make it, at least as the audience didn't know. This
That's
was
fair.
kind of a late edition. What brought you here and, kind of coming back?
Yeah, I mean, I had kind of been planning on it for a while. Oh, you're saying in general with the world?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
no,
in
I mean,
like this
it's,
show too.
it's tough to stay away.
Yeah.
You know, like I think everyone here recognizes the fact that this is just an awesome world to be a part of, and once you're in it at all, you just hunker down and get involved as much as you can. So, it was a couple weeks or two, and I was right back on it, right
Coleman
back in.
hammered already?
Yeah, he might have had a couple of beverages. He sounds good, though. He's all right. He's good, Mike,
I said this on the show the other day, Coleman, but when you left, I thought 100% we're never going to see that guy again. Like, it'll be a hassle to get him to the first live show. Maybe he'll come or he'll send a video. And then I was like, we'll never see him after that. But I'm glad I was wrong.
Yeah, no, big fan still. Keep up. I was saying today, like probably watch like 80% of like network stuff too. Still, so.
What's it like being here, on the other side? Because you've obviously had the pressure of producing the show. You've had the, everything like that. Now you can kind of enjoy. You can criticize everybody. You seem like you're embracing this role of criticizing the producers and loving all this, right?
Yeah, no, it's fun. I can kind of sit back a bit this weekend and just kind of enjoy everything and hang out. I'm going Cully mode basically from last time.
Portland, I was hammered.
Yeah.
So you're,
That's when Culline's actually
you got some
producing.
work to do.
Yeah.
You got some work to do.
Coleman, a little critical of Justin on the way up about the casino trip. Do you have any more thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was a wild call.
Said it was crazy.
It was.
Crazy.
It was. I think even Justin would admit it. I just never would have thought he would be in that position or put himself in that position. And having, been working on a show last time around, like I remember just kind of hunkering down leading up to it. So.
Right, you mentioned this. You said you were bunkered down, not leaving the house, right?
Yeah.
You-
No,
yeah, that's right.
I was afraid to be seen anywhere. So, yeah, the fact he did it was just kind of shocking. But hey, he's doing all right so far, and
He disappointed you?
yeah, he did.
This is a man that was so thrilled to see you. It sounded like
Oh
you
my
were-
God,
was-
you
I
should have
was
seen this.
equally
I
as
wish.
thrilled to see him.
Yeah, it was a lot about the behind the scenes talk between those two. I felt bad interrupting it.
No, that's my guy. Justin, is as equal as Gus was really as in terms of me being a part of it. So yeah.
Can I don't want to interrupt your list, Mick, but can I throw
Please.
a topic out there?
Please.
I'm hearing buzz. A lot of people are saying to me, the name Brando.
Oh,
They're like, this guy is
yeah,
elected.
yeah,
People
that's
loved
right.
him.
That's right. And coming off the Stein week, it seemed like people are just forgetting about the Stein man. It
Maybe
is now
that
Brando,
contributed.
Right?
Maybe people were like, thank God he's not Stein. But people were like, they're coming up to me, like, you know who I thought was amazing was Brando.
I'll tell you what, he was comfortable around you, Mike. He was calling you Mikey. He was slapping
He
you
did,
around.
yeah, there was a lot of that.
It was a
Yeah,
fun
yeah, yeah.
dynamic. What did you think of Brando, Cullinan?
I liked him a lot. I can't remember. Was this pre-show this morning where we were talking about this? He said
so, yeah.
he said last night with Kane that nobody talked before the show. I would say, Mike, that was one of the chattier pre-show.
He said that?
Yeah. He was nonstop talking, and the entire time he said with Kane like we didn't talk at all.
I was, I guess not nervous because I wasn't going to get the shit for it, but I was like, oh, fuck. Him and Fax are just yappy.
Oh, no.
Fax is here. That Fax stuff
And it's-
was wild.
It's 9:57, and I know Coleman knows how like Justin gets in those moments. He's like, okay, we don't need to be doing this, guys. And I'm like, what? And they're just talking. I was surprised how well Brando did, just based on like when he came in hot. He
did.
and
Right.
he's yelling.
Yeah.
So what's going on, guys? Like, he's very loud, and I didn't know how Kirk, but like he settled down for the show,
Right.
and he locked in, and he was very good.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, I think if you had seen any of Brando's stuff beforehand, his show, like I was nervous him going in
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
So the fact that he was able to turn around, and again, it was kind of a nice spot to be in with Unnamed coming up. It kind of kept him a little bit more tamed. I thought he was great yesterday too.
I feel like
Yeah.
he's settled in the last like month and a half or something. He was very
Yes,
arm
yeah.
wavy to get in, and it was just nonstop. And then
Right.
I think it was like 1 or 2 episodes before Justin did his interview. He like settled down.
Right.
And then it was a great appearance. It was great.
You were critical of Fax there just a moment ago. You said it was crazy.
No, it was kind of nuts. Like he was just like, this is how it is.
Right.
This is how Kirk walks in. He was giving the advice. It was very uncomfortable. Like just looking at Justin while that was ongoing was crazy.
Fax seems good today, but I was
Yes.
surprised
He's
after
doing
the last lambasting he got. I just my mentality. Maybe I'm just different. Like
When's
I
his
wouldn't have said a
stand-up
word, even if people spoke to me, I wouldn't talk.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Yeah. I think he's a friendly guy. If there's one person up here who doesn't like him, it's Coleman. I mean, I thought it was a joke.
Do
I asked
not
him,
like.
You saw him
Do
today.
not like him.
how was that interaction? You guys talk yet?
I didn't see him. I saw him running around or something.
Coleman
and
hates him. This is
I genuinely do not like him.
What's
I'll
the
just
what's the
stand
cause
by.
of this?
He ran his mouth on Twitter after I had left and said, like, I'm, 26 years old. I got a family and kids. I got my whole life together. And then he abandoned them to come work for the show. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of lame. Stand by it. I'm not a fan.
Not a facts guy, clear.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
If I can recap what you just said, you're like, I think he left his family to come work for the show, and I think that's lame.
It is. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's like Coleman the other day being like, do his parents make fun of the fact that he listens to the show?
That's not what I meant by it. I just meant like if you listen
There's
to all
kids,
the
I mean.
network show, it kind of like permeates your life. I just
Right.
figured it'd be funny to make fun of. That's
He's a
all.
loser, like facts.
Yeah,
Serve the country.
That's not even-
Christ.
Yeah.
Let me see. Anyone else in the crowd we were going to bring up here? The Cinema Lord was talking about coming up here.
I saw him
Is
pop
he
in.
still here?
Get him up here because he will not take.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we have Cinema Lord? Is Cinema Lord around? Can we get Cinema Lord up here, please? There he is. I see him. He's coming.
There was a cloud of cigarette smoke, so he's on his way.
See you, Coleman. Good to see
Thanks,
you.
Coleman.
Coleman ain't getting the official spot, by the way. He's just staying. Hey, thanks, buddy.
Oh, double
What's
fisting.
up, Cinema?
Justin's delayed.
Double fisted. Attaboy. He's rolling. He's ready to
Line's
go.
long, bro. It's a deep, deep line. How we doing?
What's happening, my man? Obviously, a controversial Friday night last year with the Stephen Gloucester beef. How you doing tonight? Everything okay?
Doing great.
There you
Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. We just
Hey,
walked
man,
in.
love having you up here. It's all I'm glad you made it.
We already got there. All right?
We would have been here sooner, but fucking the waitress at our restaurant literally just dumped a full red sangria fresh.
No.
Right on my girl.
No.
Just sweater, jeans, the whole nine.
Oh, man.
Well, she has so much food to carry.
that, good.
Cinema, obviously, Dave, are we allowed to mention what happened?
No.
It's a fair question.
It's a fair question.
It's live
It's a
TV,
fair
all right?
question.
All right.
Yeah. I think on your car ride down, you weren't warned not to say anything.
I don't
and you
think I
should have
was.
been.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry. Moving on. Cinema, do you have anything for us? What can we expect from you from this weekend? Excited, obviously, big live show. What are you looking forward to?
Oh man, I'm just happy to be here. I love these live shows. I've been coming for 3 years now, and it's every time's a great time. Just cool to mingle with fucking fellow lunatics who all just enjoy the same thing. We'll have mostly the same problems because we're all fucking tapped.
Yep.
But
Agree to that.
It's nice.
Any tension with anyone out there? Has everybody been pretty cool?
No, I'm good with everybody. It was
That's
only
good.
that one guy. It was Steve, and we're good now. I already
good.
squashed it. I
That's
squashed him. We squashed it.
What's the? Have you been on? You haven't been on the show since the mutt incident, right? Where you asked Kirk about having mud on?
Oh no! I have not.
Dave,
I
you-
asked to have Jerry Callahan.
Glad you asked that, Mike.
What's your statement?
Yep.
Give us your official statement.
My official statement is I asked to have Jerry Callahan on, but I shouldn't have asked the question to begin with. I was just trying to think outside the box. I've been trying to do more like skit ideas in my head, trying to do things like that. And that was something I came up with, which obviously was not a good idea to ask, but I stand by what I said. I asked Jerry Callahan in Asterix to be on the show
Got you.
for 5 minutes.
Everybody has a bad question. You're a network contributor. We can't hammer you too much.
I'll tell you. Here's my argument for you not being stripped, though. This is a this year decision. They're talking about taking Minifan of the year. You don't win this year, but they can't decide what happened last year.
Right.
You can't go
It's a
back.
great-
You can't go back in the history
Fair
points.
Have you seen? I've seen a lot of talk from our friend in Australia saying that you should forfeit the award to Ted Sarandis. Have you seen any of this?
I have not seen that. I heard
Yeah.
that Menace tries to take this thing from me every chance he
You
gets.
guys hate each other, right? You guys for sneaky hate each other. It was.
I
he
don't hate
supports you,
Menace.
but you guys. Yeah, I remember this.
I think Menace and me actually have like a similar kind of thing where like we can bash the other one really hard
Right.
and not like take it personally into another conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've gone at Menace and Menace come at me, and then like a day later I'm like, hey, like can you help me do this for the network?
Right.
We are able to differentiate things.
Did you guys address, it came up on the show today, that this program is on the main YouTube channel, which you run this show, so you
Right.
could have done whatever you wanted.
Right.
Is this what you wanted, and this is good promotion for the network channel?
I think so. I think everybody knows you can find Mike and the Minifans Friday nights on the network,
Yeah.
but this is the big leagues, right? I mean, this is live. It's the Minifan weekend. We had to put this on the main show. I'm
Yep.
very, very appreciative of that. I don't know whose decision that was, but thank
That
you.
was Kirk Minans.
Thank
Yep.
you, Kirk Minant.
I have to say, I will give credit to Julie here. I think this is the best Mike and the Minifans setup we've had.
It sounds great. We're on like a live stage. We've got the cameras everywhere.
I don't even
it's
notice
fantastic.
that no one's paying attention to us.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
It's very nice.
They've slowly faded away. I don't think anybody's listening to us right now.
Well, see, I noticed that as soon as I walked in, I was like, wow, this is a very quiet bar. You could hear like a fucking pin drop, basically.
I guess they do like other podcasts here or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Some sort of live shows, right?
Yeah.
It
I think
feels
they
like a
stream.
music
I think they
stage.
stream the karaoke. You guys do karaoke here.
Oh,
Is it
that's
tonight
what
at
they
9? Yeah, I wonder if anyone's staying.
Guys,
for
watch
that.
their karaoke tonight.
Yeah.
What's
I'm
Dave
sure
Cullinan's
Someone will
karaoke
stumble
song?
up there.
I haven't done karaoke in a long time.
College?
A long time.
You do seem like a karaoke guy.
I know, it's a surprise.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing karaoke. I'd probably go to the old roll. Probably a Bon Jovi song or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cinema?
I'd probably go with Uncle Cracker. Follow me first off.
That's a good tune. I like that.
I can see you. I feel like you nailed that.
I like
Oh
that.
yeah, it's an easy one. I got that one down.
Mike, who was your guy on the North Dakota trip that you introduced me to? Old artist. We listened to him.
Bob Seger?
There it is. Yeah.
Oh my
That
God!
was Mike's guy.
Who's that Bob Seger guy?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I could do like a rock tonight.
We'll get you up here. Oh, Christ. What else do we have? Let me see. Let me look at the
How was the
list.
beginning of the show? What'd you guys do at the top? What did I miss? Anything good?
Just made fun of Julie.
Yeah, it's the
Nice.
regular, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you missed
I think the show's rolling. We should just interrupt it halfway through to do trivia. That's what I think we should do.
Ooh, that's
That's what I think we should do.
Wow,
right
that's
now.
a dig at
What
Freddie.
I'm sorry,
I
but
don't think
it
he's in
is.
the house yet.
I mean,
Wow.
the show the other day, even it's just rolling along, and
Right.
then you just stop it in its
Right.
tracks, and like, didn't they get all three wrong? I forget what
Yeah,
happened.
it
It's
was,
like,
it was a halting
I
moment.
appreciate like the effort is good,
Right.
the
I
idea is
kinda liked
good.
it.
I say you put it at the end. Put it at the end.
When me and Clemmer were on, I enjoyed it. It broke up.
Well, you and Clemmer are different. Like,
You
you
took it
guys-
over, too.
There were a lot
Yeah,
of
it was
tension.
your show that
There was a lot of tension between
Cheers
me and Clemmer. You had
recap.
to wind it down a little bit. You know?
Mike
Is,
and
I
Clemmer
thought
wanted
is
to.
Clemmer here? Is Clemmer coming tonight?
Yeah, do we have Clemmer in the audience? Is Chris Clemmer here?
He's in the dumpster.
I thought he was coming tonight.
He's playing video games. I don't know who knows what the hell he's doing.
He did step on you and Clemmer big time a couple times. You got to let the boys go.
Yeah.
If something good's going, you got to let them go.
Oh, I didn't think so. I thought we had a lovely time, the three of us.
What do we
I thought it was a
make
good
of the state of the network, Dave? You mentioned Freddie Lynn kind of taking a break. Is this the other than that, obviously?
I don't love that. I was an idiot. I completely forgot that the shows were flipped or whatever.
Right.
That whatever. But I don't love it. I'd say you keep going with it. Menders is wrong about that. It doesn't need seasons.
Yeah.
It's a quality show. I make fun of the trivia aspect of it, but it's a quality show.
It's a show that comments on a show that's on year round. So
Yeah.
why would it need seasons?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't make a ton of sense.
You mentioned year-round there in seasons, but we don't know what's happening after Laconia.
Oh, true.
I know that is
Dave
kind of
might.
yeah, exactly. Dave might have insider information,
I have
but
zero insider information.
Mike, as somebody who is a regular on the show, how do you feel about this kind of upcoming break? You don't know what's going to happen. Do you have plans if there is a big break? What's going on with Mike Geary?
No, I mean, I guess I'll just keep doing what I'm doing just without the show. It'll be
Yeah.
sad, but
Right.
I don't know. I haven't really thought of it because I don't know how long it's going to be. I know nothing, so it doesn't feel real yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it kind of felt like something, maybe it'll be 3 months, maybe it'll be 3 weeks. I have no idea, so I haven't thought too much about it.
Yeah. Dave, we were talking about this, I think, last episode. What's the longest KMS has gone for a break? Do you know, like, the
I'm
duration?
a horrible guy to actually
I heard
ask
you
for that.
guys saying this, and you were saying months maybe? Never.
Never.
I think the longest break Kirk took was 2 weeks, maybe 3.
Yeah.
But never a full month. So I think it was only like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Kirk takes 6 months off. Blind Mike comes in, beard shaved, clean shaven, fucking shredded.
That
head
should be
to
my goal.
toe.
Yeah, get jacked.
Gets absolutely ripped.
Yeah.
Life without the show.
Yeah, I was gone. I guess I had the longest break. I was gone like 4 months. So
And that's the longest we've had without the show, or that's
the longest
break.
I've
Yeah,
had
yeah,
with
yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
I don't know why. For some reason, I thought it was a couple months. I was way off on that, I guess.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I anticipate, just from what Kirk's saying, there's going to be a break, but for someone who's a daily listener, avid listener like all of us, it'll change my routine, as sad as that
Right,
is. I was with
right.
the guy who was calling in saying my mental health is affected if the show's
Yeah.
thrown for a curveball. That's what I'm going to be saying. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't have KMS daily.
Yeah, that's when it'll hit me more. Is not thinking about it, but on a Monday or on a Friday when I'm like, oh shit, I just had all day to myself.
Right.
You know, like just doing my show or whatever I'm doing. Like those are points in my week where I can leave the house, which is kind of nice. But, so that's when it'll really sink in.
Dave, anything on that for any information you can give us?
I don't have any insight on it.
nobody's watching
He's
right now.
alluded to some of the case stuff, some of the potential that could come out of that on the show, which I was a part of that call, which was interesting. Okay. But besides that, nothing in terms of specifics. We don't have anything else. We will absolutely do a show on Monday, I believe. Obviously, there's always a wrap-up show of a live show. I know that, but after that, who knows?
So you're just anticipating, you're going to go to bed Sunday, anticipating a show on Monday, and
Show
Wednesday,
on Monday,
Thursday,
show
Friday?
on Wednesday. That's what you got to
So
do.
you're just
right?
ready for it. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
John and Warren on Monday.
Right.
Yeah, the schedule's already
Ready to
started.
go.
It's already good.
Ready to
Yeah.
go.
Steve from Gloucester on Thursday.
I like that.
I forget who's on. I forgot.
Building the bench, right?
The bench is struggling. I mean,
Give
Brando
us
was a
an
good
update.
addition.
Yeah.
Brando was a good addition. I'm trying to think of who else was like new.
Bradley Stein.
It's right.
Right, Bradley Stein. But Bradley Stein, to Kirk's point, I don't think he's coming in more than twice a year, max. You know?
Well, who's your staple, Dave? Give us your starting 5 off the bench.
Cinema,
Okay.
Mr. Reliable. I would say.
Literally, if Cinema wasn't sitting there, he would have said
Cinema is
chair.
like no, but Cinema is a no. I would definitely. That's
Just
not,
whatever he was looking at.
No, but Cinema's the guy. It's not in an annoying way. It's like he's listening to the show and he will text me and be like, if you need somebody X, I can do it. You know what I mean? Which I appreciate if I don't say that. So I appreciate you doing that. But Cinema's there. I'm trying to think of who else would be. I feel like Brando moved up the power rankings to a top 5.
Sure.
If you're asking me, there's a couple guys that I'm trying to think of that I actually thought did better than I would have thought. And I'm blanking. Like, there was one dude who was like, he felt like he was kind of more Barstool-ish, but he wasn't. I forget his name. Johnny Stanton, I think. Was that his name?
I know who you're
Johnny?
talking about. Johnny, yeah.
He
Stanton.
yeah. It's
I have
tough
no
to remember.
memory of
They've
Johnny
only been in
something.
once,
I know you're
but I
talking
didn't think
about.
he was like that bad.
No, he wasn't
Freddy's
terrible.
Birdies was good.
Yeah, you
I
like
like
Freddy's
Freddy's
Birdies.
Birdies.
He's
I
a
do
miserable
like
prick, but we
He's a
like
miserable
him.
prick.
Yeah.
You know, the other ones, I mean, Staples obviously got John and Warren, who, if he's not going to cancel on us.
Right. Ford.
Pat Ford, who cancels as well.
course, yeah.
You
Got a
know,
lot
Kevin
going
from,
on.
Kevin from Bristol, obviously a lot of people have been talking about that. I thought he did a great job the other day.
And now, is he booked for any future appearances?
He's not, I have not reached out to him yet. He has been penciled in
Okay.
to my outline. Though.
Gotcha,
Yes.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Can I Cinema might be a good guy to ask this because the people were doing it with Brando, people did it with Kevin from Bristol. Like I think they were good. I was in with both those guys and they both did a good job. But then I'll see like on Twitter or like people will come up to me here and be like, "It was the greatest appearance." I can't imagine. I can't imagine the show without Brando. Now.
Did you see?
What are they doing that gets that reaction?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Did you hear Kane last night? He's like,
Justin told me about it.
You
yeah.
did such a good. Brando did such a good job. I cannot believe that Kirk did not tweet out, "I'm a Brando guy." Like, what are we doing
But
here?
literally, they'll be like, I might not listen to the show if
Yeah,
Kevin from Bristol's not on every day.
I need Mama K.
And I'm like,
please.
he's good, but why is it different than like when Mixon or Cinema or
right,
Montante or whoever?
Right.
I thought Kevin Bristol did a nice, like, solid, just like a single on his first appearance.
Yep.
Well, that was important for him because
Right.
if he tried to hit a home run, that could have been bad.
Yeah.
his home runs, Kirk does not don't appeal to Kirk. I don't think.
Off the top of your head, Dave, do we have a worse third chair as of recent? Someone that we cannot have on the bench again?
Somebody who cannot have. Are you trying to bait me into saying
I'm
Bish?
just asking you. I'm just asking you if there's any people.
No, I'm definitely not saying Bish. I don't think anyone was like overwhelmingly bad. Do you? Like, I feel like.
I got a couple of names.
Well,
but
give
it's
me some names so I
With
can
DG,
remember.
he was a little.
Yeah,
little quiet.
DG was bad.
I like
nice
that
guy,
guy
though.
though. He was the kind of bad I like.
Yeah.
Like he didn't really even want to talk, which is kind of funny.
Right. He just had like
Did
9
two
games.
network appearances.
Right,
You know,
right.
so he kind of, yeah. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Yeah, DG probably isn't getting the invite unless Kirk says so. But nobody else like really bombed. Do you think anybody? You're vocal about that stuff.
I usually am, but it's always in jest, too, because it seems to rattle you a little bit. You've mentioned it quite a few times.
Well, you were thinking I was only booking old people.
That's because I think you have a
Yeah,
missing
which is
grandfather
now
kind of
that's in
thing.
my head, and I haven't booked Peltier.
They get cunning deals at golf courses and shit.
It's not. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
it's not. No, that's not my aquabugging move. All right, that's not my. No.
I saw you and Pelletier kind of chatting it up earlier. How's your buddy doing?
That was the first time I talked to him in a while.
Oh,
I
okay.
kind of miss him. Yeah.
Pelletier was putting the moves on Julie.
Every now and then he
Was he?
drives by and
He
he
was?
texts me.
Hold on,
Yeah,
wait
he
a
was.
second.
He
Wait
was.
a second
Right
now.
in front of his
Explain
girlfriend
that,
too.
please.
I think he wanted to hit on an older woman
Okay.
to dispel some of the rumors.
Right,
you know?
right, yeah. Very good. Oh, let's see.
The last time I saw Peltz was at Saco, and he was getting after it.
Oh, is
It
that
was
right?
the first time I ever met him, and I was just like, oh, wow, this is not what I expected at all.
Yep.
He's a fun time.
It's a wild one.
He was something.
Let me see here on the list. Anybody have anything that you want to bring up? I'm at that point in the show, dude.
Anything you'd like to ask me?
Nothing too exciting, Nick.
Let's see if we need to bring anybody up from the crowd that wanted to be here. No Clemmer, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a
surprised no
shame.
Clemmer.
I thought that was happening.
He said so too, but it's all right. Maybe he's busy.
Mick will make a mental note of that.
Yeah, we'll destroy him in 3 months.
He'd clean up in a place like this. He'd be the fucking.
How do you
hell of the
mean?
ball. Clever?
Oh, just being here with the Minifans.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like on a random Tuesday. Like this would be.
Let's see.
I like the idea of.
How'd you guys think Clemmer did on Monday? He was fun. Fun to have him back.
Yeah, I thought he was a good pairing too. I thought that went well with Steve.
And I think,
yeah.
I think obviously that was after the weekend with the Justin stuff. I think that Clemmer was a good person to have in there because he was trying to keep it light. He was like, I don't see what's going on. He knows Kirk well, so he wasn't saying anything too stupid.
He predicted Gene Hackman's death.
Can you
He
imagine
did.
that?
Yeah, he sure did.
Any update on that? Just real quick. We don't have to go too deep into it.
We were driving. I haven't seen anything since that, but it does seem sketchy. I'll tell you that much.
sorry.
Yeah, the pills everywhere.
Can I? When you guys said, not you guys, when the reports say the door was open, does that mean unlocked or physically, like
a
the
jar.
door was ajar?
I don't know. I assumed
That,
it was
that would be
unlocked.
damning.
Yeah, I assumed it was. That's fair.
We got Matt from Providence. He's coming up here, right? Where is he? There he is. Come on up. Thank you, Cinnamon.
This guy,
Of course.
Matt from Providence,
He's original blind Mike guy, right?
he was my sidekick on Mike and
He had a tweet today I liked.
He tweets out. I went to a comedy show at the Providence Comedy Connection with a couple of buddies of mine.
Mm-hmm.
When I get out, I see he says Blind Mike sighting at the Comedy Connection, and I reply. I'm like, he didn't say hello to me or anything. He's just telling people like, hey, if you want to come harass this guy, here's where he is right
gonna
now.
be here
Doesn't
if
say
you need
hello, nothing. Very strange.
Mike, how I've missed you.
I've missed you too, buddy.
Matt, how you doing? Obviously good to see you. You were earlier in the Clout Mansion. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think you're the rat.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're staying there as well?
No, I'm just hanging out.
Oh,
I
okay.
got some buddies over there, so I stopped in, watched some soccer, watched Montante win a couple bets. Good time.
What is he tweeting? I couldn't find it. What is he tweeting out that's like, inside information that's like, is it bad information or is it just, it's just
Like you finish a
stupid shit?
sentence and all of a sudden it's what you just said.
Oh, so he's just fucking around,
he's
like
not
stuff
nothing
like that.
too
That's
crazy.
fun.
Yeah, but we don't
that's
know who it is.
It'd be great if he like ruins John and Warren's marriage. Just real nasty stuff.
Well, we do have the drip in the house, right? So he could be the leak.
Yep.
And Dave, you said John and
Oh,
Warren
interesting.
didn't fit in the house, right? This was you were critical of him.
That was me. I think.
Okay.
Was it you,
What?
Dave?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, behind closed doors, he's the wild
I
man
think
out
so
of the group.
too. Yeah,
But
just
I didn't mean like he's a loser. I meant
Right.
like Dave or Montante.
I
are
said
like,
that because he's married with kids.
Oh,
I,
that's fair.
I thought he was a little older. Maybe
Right.
I'm wrong,
So
but
you
I thought he was
calling
older than you guys.
You
said
saying everyone
34,
else
I
is
think.
degenerate? Is that what you're getting at?
Say again.
He's the only non-degenerate out of the group?
Or Pierce, yes.
I guess so, but yeah, degenerate's a way of saying it, I guess, if you want to make it insulting. But yeah, he's a married man with children, but maybe those guys let loose some.
I think that's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
talking to him earlier, he's salivating at the mouth for this weekend.
Right.
He's got the beers, he's ready to go. He's
Bring some guy with him.
Yeah, he's got some random person.
Yeah.
I can speak from the experience here. It's a little more of a vacation when you're getting away from the kids. So you
Right.
let loose a little
That
bit
makes
more.
sense.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite live show, Matt? You've been to quite a few of these.
I mean, a Madawaska, obviously. It's got to be Madawaska.
Original, obviously.
Got to watch this guy make a fool of himself.
By far, my least favorite. It's the one that's ruined the rest of them. I'm like, what's going to happen?
We were talking about this earlier, and it seems like everybody, I don't know if you remember Kevin from Bristol's buddy Jay, who was just sloppy on the ice the day before the show.
Oh, right.
And you kind of saved him from being the,
That's
the
what I'm here
center
for.
of attention.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh, Christ.
Nobody's really listening to us, man.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's all right though. That's okay.
I will say, I thought Kirk was going to come and bail you out. He usually comes about 30 minutes in.
Yeah, well, he's 43 minutes in now. Kirk, any minute now, we would love to see it. Please, we would love to see it.
You don't have to do a full hour. You
When
can
you
wrap
see
whenever
the whole
want.
crowd go to the door, you'll know he's here.
That's the thing is, like, when I've done these, like, I forget that I'm broadcast, like, it's on YouTube. But, I used to be facing the crowd, and I was like, no one is listening to
paying
me.
attention.
Why am I doing this?
And as somebody who was in the crowd less than 5 minutes ago, what the fuck is up with this position here?
This is for their, like, they have all the technology.
they have a live
This is
stream
where their
set up.
internet, where we can actually stream it with quality.
Gotcha.
Yeah, whether we like it or not, like, this is where the fast internet is. Yep.
All right. Threw everybody off a little bit, I think,
Yeah.
coming in.
But that's why, like, that setup, though, with, like, the TVs and everything like that, I don't know. I think it works well
Fails,
for here.
yeah.
I think it's the best setup for this.
Oh, yeah, we would. If that
we've
wasn't
done.
there, we couldn't have done this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, do you have anything else? I think we could ramble on all night, but unless we have anything to get to, maybe wrap this up.
I don't think so. I
think
don't
I'm
think
good.
so.
Yeah.
Unless Julie said something else outlandish on the floor. I don't know.
We putting out the address for the after party, Mick?
No, we certainly are not. No comment on that. The Clout Mansion is closed. Please do not come by.
Just follow Tim, whatever his name
Tim
is.
Smith
on
will give
Twitter.
you all the
Yeah.
updates you need, please. Obviously, anybody listening right now, please tip the staff, take care of the staff. Thank you to the Big House for having us. Thank you, Minifans, for watching. Shout out Kirk Minahan for having us. Thank you, Kirk. Going to be a great show tomorrow night. Take it easy, everybody. Thank you. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Yeah, drink it.
It must be tough when people are actively listening to you.
It's fine. That was a fun time.
He's like here. He's gonna walk in now. We could go back. So Mike, how you been?
What's that?
How you been?
Good. How about you?
Excellent.
Good.
Busy, you know?
I thought it was fine, right? We're good.
Yeah, no, it was good. It's tough in this spot. Everybody I think a lot of people got here late because of the time. So
It's fine. All right. We got through it.
now the party starts.
Yeah, exactly. Drinking on it. Oh, Mike, thanks for doing that. I appreciate it.